Hi, I recorded this whole video with a broken microphone, so I'm gonna have to get some funds together and buy a new one. But I'm just standing here talking up a storm and you guys can't hear me. So I'm gonna dub it back in during editing, which is what I'm doing now. And I'm saying, I'm Laura Monica, and this is Mary Lamone and Rebecca Deaver, and we are from WholyFit. We are in the WholyFit studio. I'm saying I'm on a mission to Mars. What it means is I'm doing a 15-minute workout every day for 21 days, and I'm only eating space rations, which are healthy meals 3 times a day for 21 days. And I'm saying that I'm totally dorky. Don't blame Mary and Rebecca for the whole idea about going to Mars, because it's totally my dorky idea, but it's really working. Anyway, what we're gonna do today is show you a 15-minute workout that anyone can do that takes 15 minutes, and we're gonna all work at our own pace. So here we go. This is the Psalm 91 workout, so if you don't know it, go back to previous videos. Oh, and I wanted to tell you, remember to pick your modification. We'll all show different levels. Stand in the car. Step back with the foot closest to me. Sunrise arms. This is shelter, and you're working in mirror image. Make sure your knees and toes point the same direction. Now into shadow. We'll abide in the shadow of the Most High. So now your hips are square. Now your hips are open. Make sure that bent knee is pointing the same direction as your toes. Make sure you're emphasizing your inhales, and then switch to square hips and emphasize your exhales. And one more time, we're going to make sure that bent knee stays right there. Curve over, bend your spine, and this is she who dwells in the shelter of the Most High. Square your hips, abides in the shadow of the Almighty. Let's do that again. Arm over the top, open the hips, keep the knees pointing correctly. She who dwells, or he who dwells in the shelter of the Most High. And this is called shelter. Square the hips. Come into abide. Abides in the shadow of the Almighty. Straighten both legs and twist. Keep the heel down for more stability. Or you can raise that heel up. It's up to you. You're twisting from the waist up. Now come forward, back towards me, and you're going to bend the inside knee. And you can bend it a little or a lot. You can hinge a little bit or a lot. And now come back into the twist. Make sure that you're pivoting so that your knees and toes point the same direction, and work at your own pace. You'll see we're all working kind of at our own pace. And then bend that inside knee. Keep the spine very straight and access that core. One more time. Pivot on the feet and come into a twist away from the camera. And this is, I will say to the Lord, my refuge and my fortress. Come forward for that hip hinge, my God in whom I trust. Now go ahead and bend the other knee, for it is he who delivers you from the snare of the trapper. This time drop same shoulder as straight legs. Keeping the spine straight, core engaged, bearing the weight on your thigh. And switch sides. Make sure when you come up, you bear the weight on your thighs. Again, dropping the shoulder towards the extended leg. He will deliver you from the snare of the trapper and from the deadly pestilence. Go back to he will deliver you from the snare of the trapper and from the deadly pestilence. You have a nice strong core. Shoulders are at a diagonal, the same diagonal as your legs. He will deliver you from the snare of the trapper. Be sure to support your weight on your thigh unless you're really confident in your core. Switch. He will deliver you from the deadly pestilence. And one more time, he will deliver you from the snare of the trapper. Core is engaged. That extended leg has a very strong quad. And from the deadly pestilence. Drop that shoulder, straight spine, and shake it out. Good job. Halfway through the standing portion. Stand in the car at the other side and step back with the leg nearest me and open the hips. He will give his angels charge concerning you. Bear the weight of your body with your hand on your thigh, or if you have long arms, down on your lower leg. Now square your hips and go a little bit deeper. Remember, you don't have to bend that knee very much, or you can bend it a lot. It's up to you. And come back to, he will give his angels charge concerning you. Spine is in a C. The back foot is in a diagonal forward. Emphasizing inhales. Now square the hips. He will give his angels charge concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Core is engaged, bearing the weight of your body on that forward thigh. Now open the hips again, arm over the top. Whether you want to go deeper or not is up to you. The knees and the toes are in the same direction. He will give his angels charge concerning you to guard you in all your ways. Now we're going to twist towards that back wall with straight legs. And when I say straight, I mean like soft knees. And you can have both hands down or you can have one hand up. Then when you come back to the front, readjust your toes so that they're pointing forward. And you're doing a hip hinge, just like on the other side. Shoulders are square, hips are square. He will give his angels charge concerning you to guard you in all your ways. They will lift you up in their hands. So this is the twist. They will lift you up in their hands. That back heel can be down or up. It's much more stable if you have it down. Come forward, lest you strike your foot against a stone. Shoulders and hips are level. In other words, one shoulder is not lower than the other. Again, twist towards the back wall, so away from me. They will lift you up in their hands. Emphasize your inhales. Long neck, core engaged. Come forward, hip hinge, lest you strike your foot against a stone. If you have knee concerns, you don't have to bend that knee very much. You're just trying to feel the stretch in the inner thigh. One more twist. They will lift you up in their hands. Come forward, lest you strike your foot against a stone. Great, now we'll go to tread. You will tread on the lions and the serpent, and for that you're going to bend the other knee. And this time, instead of having square shoulders, you're going to drop the shoulder towards the extended leg. Other side, you will tread on the lion and the serpent. The lion and the cobra, you will trample down. Make sure you bear your weight on your thigh to come up and when you go down. You will tread on the lion and the serpent, the young lion and the cobra. You will trample down. Make sure you breathe. Make sure core is engaged, spine is straight. Other side. Quads are really activated in that extended leg. Other side. That is where you're going to feel the stretch on your inner thighs. Shake it out. And now we're going to go to the mat. Use your strategies. Bear all the weight on your thigh as you lunge and lower yourself gently to the ground. We're not going to stand back up. So once you get down here, you can stay down and sit on your hip. Make sure your knees are in a 90-degree angle or greater, whatever is comfortable for you. Take the top foot and plant it. Take your starfish hand to the side, or you can come up on your fist. And this is, he will cover you with his pinions. So it's like you're stretching out your wings. You're really lifting that hip up. You can use the lower leg if you need it. Come into a yada position on the balls of both feet. Then come to the knees or stay on the balls of the feet and do a shield. You're going to bring your shoulders in front of your hands and slowly lower down. Then roll over back to the same hip and plant that top leg. He will cover you with his pinions. Lift the hip and come into your shield position. You can come into yada, then shield. Lower down. Roll over to the hip. We're going to do 2 more. You can extend that bottom leg if you don't need it for support, but you don't have to. And this is, he will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings, you will seek refuge. Then come into your yada and into shield. Bring your shoulders well forward of the hands and lower down slowly. And come back to, he will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings, you will seek refuge. His faithfulness is a shield and bulwark. Come into your yada and into your shield. His faithfulness is a shield and bulwark. Roll over onto the hip again. And now we're going to do that same thing on the other side. So simply swivel to the other side. Make sure the top leg is on top and planted. And come up. He will cover you with his pinions. I'm double folding my mat so that I can be on a starfish hand instead of on a fist. Come into yada, balls of the feet. You can be on both knees or you can be on the balls of the feet. Come forward and lower down. You can see Mary and Rebecca are doing full shields and fire extinguishers. Shield is when you hold it, fire extinguishers when you lower it. Let's go back to pinions and then into shield. You're really lifting up that hip. Come into yada or to the knees and lower down into your shield. And again, 2 more. He will cover you with his pinions, and under his wings you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield. Now you can have the bottom leg stretched out like Rebecca or full body into your shield. His faithfulness is a shield and bulwark. And roll over to that hip again. One last time, and we're done. He will cover you with his pinions. You can extend that lower leg or not. And under his wings, you will find refuge. His faithfulness is a shield. Over to the hip, and we are done. We have 1 more minute, and that will be your 15 minutes. So take a seat, and we're going to do a reverse sit-up. Hold the back of your legs and round your back. Bring the belly button into the spine. You want to feel your sacrum against the ground, and then the lower back, and then the waist. You're emphasizing your exhales, belly button into spine, and then roll down to your shoulders. Good job. And then come over to your hip and come back up. I have bent knees because that's easier. You can have extended legs. Just make sure that you feel the waist hit the ground. And then to come up and do it again, roll over to the side and push yourself up. And this is actually more effective than a sit-up. Call it a sit-down. Last one. Exhale, exhale as you roll back. Belly button into the spine. Round that back. All the way down. Great job. You're done with your 15-minute workout. You can do this every day. I like to add something every single time. So if you would like to add just one more reverse sit-up and then a couple stretches, you're welcome to do that, but you don't have to. My husband and I like to kind of pick one thing extra to do each time, whether it's a balance or a stretch. This is one of our favorites that I'll show you. Come on up and bring the soles of the feet together with a nice straight back and engaged core. With the hands in back of you, set up your stretch of your inner thighs and hips. And then if you can maintain a straight back like Mary and Rebecca are showing, you can come forward and change the hand position to a grip on the ankles. Just want to make sure that you have a straight spine because that gives you a pure stretch of the inner thighs. And your knees can be high or low. That's what we're talking about right now. And then you can come forward with a rounded back, and this gives you a nice stretch of the neck and the quadratus lumborum, the lower part of your spine, and just kind of gives you a counter stretch that is very relaxing. You notice Mary has her hands underneath her ankles. So go ahead and use a hand position that's comfortable for you. And we're to bonus 3. One more reverse sit up into position. Really pulling the belly button into the spine. And lay down into a rock posture. You can have knees bent, which is easiest, or straight. And raise the leg that's farthest from me, holding on behind the thigh, and straighten the leg as much as is comfortable for you until you feel the hamstring stretch. If you want a pure hamstring stretch, then point the toe. If you want more of a calf stretch, then flex the foot. You can see each of us doing it differently. For me personally, my hamstrings are very flexible already, but it's my calves that really need more work. My calves are not very flexible. So if you want to get a good calf stretch, flex your foot. That also helps to prevent plantar fasciitis, and it just helps to release all the fascia on the bottoms of your feet, which is really important. So what I do is I even grab my toe because my calves are so tight. I really would rather get a full stretch in the calf because my hamstrings are already pretty flexible. So it's up to you. You can see each of us doing our own thing here. And breathe, and we're going to change legs. Same thing on the other side. The leg on the ground can be either bent knee or extended knee. You can see Rebecca has a bent knee, and this might help you get a better stretch. And then it's your choice whether you want to emphasize the stretch of the hamstring or the calf. You will not be afraid of the terror by night nor of the arrow that flies by day, nor of the pestilence that stalks in darkness, nor of the destruction that lays waste at noon. 1,000 may fall at your side, 10,000 at your right hand, but it will not come near you. You will only look with your eyes and see the recompense of the wicked. We intended to end the video here, but we felt so good and we were so warmed up and we really craved a spinal stretch. So we weren't even going to put this in the video, but I will. Make sure that you hold your knees up if you have any issues with your lower back. I always hold my knees up because my legs are very heavy. Other side, lay the knees into the hands and lower down. It puts too much strain on my lower back to have them all the way on the ground, like you can see Rebecca and Mary feel comfortable having their knees over on the ground. What I'm doing now is taking one foot and doing a hip opening stretch, one leg at a time. This is the same stretch we did in seated position, but now it's lying on the back, and we're only stretching one leg at a time. Other leg. My husband really likes this stretch for men. This stretch feels really good. And may God Himself, the God who makes everything holy and whole, make you holy and whole and keep you fit for the return of our Master, Jesus Christ.